Hello. Thank you for joining Content Marketing University. My name is Frank Jones, and in this lesson, we're going to discuss how to define business goals in order to better measure your return on investment through content marketing. Let's jump right into the slides, shall we? So keep in mind throughout this lesson, if you have any questions about content marketing, you can find all your answers at thecmu.com. That's thecmu.com. To begin with, let's quickly recap the 7 steps to content marketing success. First, you need to have a clearly defined business goal. Second, you're going to build a content strategy based on that business goal. Third, you'll identify some keywords that you would like to target. Fourth, you're going to use those 2 or 3 keywords that you've defined in order to generate an expanded list of keywords and also prioritize this list. Fifth, you're going to look at content ideation. So you take that list and you begin to come up with some ideas for content that you would like to create. Number 6, you actually create that content. At this point, you've got a list of business goals, strategies, and identified keywords, and some ideas for content. Now you can get started creating that content. Finally, number 7, and this is a big thing that a lot of people overlooked, is you need to do project evaluation. This is when you're going to look back at what you've done over the past 3, 6, or 12 months, find out what worked, figure out what didn't, make some adjustments, and improve for better results in the following time period. If you have any questions about this, you can also take a look at the 7 steps to content marketing success. There's an article on thecmu.com which goes into a lot more detail in each of those steps. So your business goals. First step to content marketing is defining your business goals. This is something that most people very quickly overlook. They get started on a content marketing strategy and they think all they need to do is just start writing blog posts or writing guest posts or publishing updates on their Facebook or Twitter or other social media feeds. While all of that is part of content marketing, it all needs to be based on your business goals. What is it that you want to achieve with your business, and how can content help to move that needle for your business? This is a crucial foundation for content marketing and something that all too often is overlooked. And then people look back on the work that they've done, the time that they've put in, and wonder what the return is on their investment. Well, the very first step needs to be identifying what kind of return you want, and that's your business goals. Based on this, we're going to make decisions about the content marketing program that is finally implemented, and we're going to identify some key performance indicators in order to measure success. At this point, we're trying to define what success is, and based on how you define success with this program, you'll be able to easily identify what numbers you want to move within your business, whether that's sales, email subscribers, social media signups, what have you. There's a number of potential key performance indicators that you could look at, and this is where you're going to build the foundation to identify what those are. Some common business goals, and this is definitely not an exhaustive list, but this is a good start to get your creative juices flowing and get you thinking about what exactly it is that you want your business to do. First up, one of the most common ones is to grow your email list. Getting people into your email list, it's a wide open portion of your sales funnel. You can figure out a figure for how much money you tend to earn in sales by adding one more new subscriber to your email list. And then that gives you an idea of how much a piece of content is worth if it adds, let's say, 100 new subscribers to your email list. You can then figure out what the ROI is on that single piece of content by getting those people into that email list. Similarly, getting more followers on social media, it's another wide open end of a sales funnel, and you can calculate what a new follower on Facebook or Twitter or what have you is worth to your business based on the likelihood that they're going to turn into a paying customer. Obviously, I put this one as number 3 just to kind of draw some attention to it and get people off of the obvious one. Improving sales. The bottom line for any business is trying to sell products and services. So a common business goal for content marketing is to actually sell products and services. But there's a little bit more to it. There's with content marketing, it's about building a relationship with your audience, with your customers, rather than simply putting out a piece of content and immediately expecting sales from that. There's a little bit longer sales funnel that you have to put in place. Another possibility is increasing press coverage. Rather than paying for press releases, creating a blog can be a more cost advantageous option. And there's a lot of search engine optimization benefits to publishing your own quote unquote press releases on your company website. There's also the possibility, as you build this audience, you can begin to test market some products and services that you're thinking about. So you can use content to measure the interest that your customers have in the potential products and services that you may be rolling out in the future. Let's take a little bit deeper dive into the first option here, growing your email list. A well-known internet marketer, Derek Halpern, is quoted as saying, if you're not building an email list, you're an idiot. You'll find this quote floating all over Twitter. He's pretty fond of it, and he's got a couple of really good videos where he talks about the realization that he had with some of the first websites that he built, where the goal of that website was simply to get traffic onto the site and get them to click on ads and go away from the site. So he didn't feel that there was any need to have a mailing list. When he ended up selling those businesses, if he would have had a mailing list, he even says it himself, he could have gotten easily 10 times the price that he sold the business for. If he had a mailing list, he could have gotten 10 times more for that same business. So he's a huge advocate for building out a mailing list. We all get a lot of email, and while that is an issue and it does lead to lower open rates and less people taking action, you get a lot more updates on Facebook and Twitter. So if you do have an email list, that's a better way to connect with your customers and get them to take action. Even though email does kind of overwhelm us these days, Facebook and Twitter and other social media networks are even more overwhelming. There's a likelihood that your followers on social media may not even see your updates. At least with email, most of the time, as long as you're not being spammy and just getting pushed away into the spam filter, they're going to have to take the action to delete your email. On social media sites, they may not even have to take that action. It just doesn't even show up to them. You can get email addresses a lot easier than you can get social media followers. It's a few extra steps to be able to get someone to go from your website to then go over to a social media channel and start following your company. Whereas everybody online these days has an email address. Everyone. Either their internet service provider gave it to them, or they got a free one through Gmail or Yahoo or any of the other providers, or they got one at work. One way or another, everyone has at least one email address, usually multiple. So putting up a form for people to be able to sign up and get more information from you is a lot easier way to connect with those people after they've read your content or engaged with your business in some way, so that way you can follow back up with them. You can simply add opt-in forms to the right pages on your site. And on that note, let's take a look at the right email opt-in placement. Most people know, if you've been looking around on the web, the top of your sidebar is a common place to look for an email opt-in. If you're ever on a website and you're wanting to get some more information about what it is that's being talked about there, taking a look at the top of the sidebar is a great place to find an email opt-in. If your page does not have one there, I highly recommend you put one. Additionally, at the top of pages, so just under your header, right before the content, there's a wide range of plugins that can add a dynamic element to this space, so that way the opt-in slides down after the content loads or moves on the screen in some way to draw the attention of the viewer. Additionally, on your About page, anybody that visits your About page wants to know more about your company, your products, and your services. This is a perfect opportunity to engage with them and get them to sign up for your mailing list. They already want to know more. Give them the opportunity to know even more than that. The fourth one here, the pop-up, if it's done right, this can work well. If it's done wrong, it makes your site come across spammy and it just causes problems. So I'm almost hesitant to even recommend it, but maybe, just maybe, if you set this up right, a pop-up can be a really good option for getting emails and building your email list. The next item, taking a look at possible reasons that you may want to engage in a content marketing strategy for your business. Some building more followers on social media. Basically, the reasons for doing this are right up front. More followers equals access to more followers. So if you have people that are following you on Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and all the other social networks out there, when they see your content, when they engage with your content, when they share it, they are sharing it to the people that follow them. So you're able to access an even larger audience without having actually contacted all of those people previously. This is by going through your followers. This is one thing that email does not enable you to do. When you send an email to someone, it goes to that person and that's it. It's very unlikely that they're going to turn around and just forward that email to everyone that they know. But if they're on Facebook or Twitter, if they like what you post, they might hit repost and send that exact same piece of content to everyone that they know on that social network. You also have connections to influencers on social media. If you have a large number of people that are following you on Facebook and Twitter and Google Plus and so on, all the other social media networks out there, some of those people are influencers. Some of them may only have 100 or a couple of hundred followers, but some of those people are going to have thousands or tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of followers. And if they share your information, if they forward your post or repost, retweet your update on Twitter, it's going to reach a massive audience. So a few influencers in your social media accounts can really make a big impact in your business. Also, even though people on social media may or may not actually be paying customers, they can always refer you. They may not be your target customer, but they may know people that are your target customer. And those referrals are very helpful. Then there's the SEO impact from social media. This has just been growing year after year for the last several years. Search engine optimization is incredibly important. We all know this. Content marketing helps search engine optimization by constantly delivering good quality content that search engines love. But if you add that to increasing your social media followers, you can get a 1-2 punch working and create a kind of virtuous cycle where people engage with your content, they like it, they start following you on social media, and that social media plus the content both help to elevate your articles through search engine optimization. And you never know. Some of the people that follow you on social media that may not appear to be your exact target demographic might turn out to be customers and buy your products and services. So it doesn't hurt, but it is a wider end of the sales funnel. These are not very targeted leads. So you've got to keep that in mind. The value per person that you add to following you on a social media channel is not quite as valuable as that person that you get to sign up for a specific email program or something of that nature, where they've self-selected, they've identified what it is that they're interested in. If they're following you on social media, they could be following you for any reason. You don't really know what exactly that is, but they could still buy from you. They could still become customers. Improving sales. Here again, the bottom line for all business activities is generating revenue. You've got to sell products and services. And so content marketing can help with improving sales. Typically, this is through a sales funnel of some sort and nurturing leads, moving them along that funnel and identifying what products and services they're interested in based on the various campaigns that they sign up for and or webinars and courses that they enroll in or downloads that they opt in for. There are a wide range of options for tracking this information about individual leads. Content can help you to identify what that customer is interested in so you can make the right offer at the right time. And it fosters a relationship with future customers. You want to see your customers, you want your customers to see you as a thought leader. And so creating content and delivering information to them as they're making a purchase decision makes your business stand out. It makes you appear to be the company that knows what they need even before they do. And when they go to spend money, they already know who the leader is in the industry. That already helps them by delivering information. This can definitely increase the bottom line, improving sales. Now, as far as press coverage goes, over the last few years, there's been an increase in the number of businesses that have completely walked away from the traditional press release. Common strategy these days is to make an announcement within a closed circle of press contacts and let them know about a story that you've got coming out, some exclusive that they may be able to jump onto. If they're interested, great. If not, it's still going to be published out on your blog. And you're going to have the same fanfare where you drive traffic to the site, you pay for some ads to get eyes on that content, announcing what it is that your business is doing. And you publish this piece of content and market it through all of your social channels. So that way, everybody that follows your business sees what you have going on. A lot of times businesses will have a larger audience than even the newspapers and media organizations that they were traditionally sending press releases to. So you can reach a very large audience just through your own social media channels, through your own website, and through your own email list. But you also have the benefit that reporters and bloggers are commonly following brands on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Google+, as well as every other social network out there. But these are three very common ones for finding reporters and bloggers that are following businesses. Having your content, having your quote-unquote press release posted on your blog and then shared through these social networks is a great way to get that information in front of news organizations that may then choose to run a story on you. Measuring customer interest. So as you're developing a product, there's a lot of options that you have, a lot of decisions that you have to make Two examples are color and design preferences. Rather than making those choices unilaterally as the business selling a product, you could take this opportunity to actually present the options to your customers through any of a variety of channels and different types of content, and get feedback from them before the product is ready. This helps to build a little bit of buzz about the product that's coming out, and also engage with the potential customers that may be buying this. If they give you feedback saying that they want a green widget and you were planning to make a blue widget, now's the time to find out before you go into production. Content can help you to make those decisions. You can also provide free samples while collecting contact information, such as a short version of a course if you're planning to offer a larger series, or a white paper, or any other piece of information where a little bit of information helps somebody to make a decision as to whether or not they want the larger piece of information. If they want to hire you for consulting services, or if they want to have you work on a project with them, they can take a look at this smaller, free, or very inexpensive piece of information and form an opinion about the quality of work that you do and the type of knowledge that you can offer their business. You can also measure customer interest by announcing new product ideas and then measuring page traffic, or even setting up a wait list and getting email signups. Here you can build the audience through the email list for a product that hasn't even been created yet, hasn't been launched yet, and have a warm lead list of people that have self-identified that they want to buy this product. Even better still, take it one step further and start accepting pre-orders. Come up with a compelling offer and see if people will actually shell out money to buy this product or service. If they're not going to give you money for it, you don't need to worry about developing it entirely, because nobody wants it. So you can save a tremendous amount of money developing a product by simply creating content and information about the product or service that you're planning to offer, and then measuring pre-orders, page traffic, or a wait list, depending on how you want to engage with the audience, how you want to measure their interest. Page traffic is a relatively inaccurate measurement of actual sales volume. A wait list is slightly more accurate because people have had to take the time to give you their information and ask for follow-up. The best option is pre-orders, because they've actually had to take that next step, take out their wallet, give you some payment information, and transfer some funds into your bank account. On the flip side, if you do take pre-orders, those people are going to expect to receive that product or service in short order. You can't take pre-orders and promise a product and then 2 years later still not be delivering. You can take a look in the news for plenty of examples of video games and crowd-funded projects that did something similar to that and ended up getting a lot of bad press. So only take the pre-orders if you're already planning to deliver this product anyway, and you really want to measure the monetary involvement that the customers may have. Like, you want to know exactly how interested they are in this product. Last but not least, you need to read comments, posts, and emails and other replies from people that are reading your content. In this correspondence, this dialogue that you have between your customers and your brand, they're going to let you know what it is that they want, what's missing in the marketplace. And this is where a lot of startups begin to pivot. They think that they're offering A, but it turns out their customers want B. And so now they're a completely different company. They're focused on a whole nother thing. They've still got the same core group of customers, but those customers have told them they don't need their blue widget, they want their green widget. And so the startup makes a pivot. Comments, posts, emails, and other replies from your audience are where you find that information that lets you know when it's time to make a change in the business or when it's time to offer a new product or service. Now, your business goals are the foundation for your content strategy, for developing your content strategy. You can't move forward. You cannot even begin a content marketing program if you have not clearly defined what exactly your business goals are. You can create content, just don't worry about a return on your investment. It's more of a hobby endeavor at this point. You're putting time, energy, and resources into creating something with no idea if you're going to get back anything. There is a place for that in creating a company culture, creating engaging content to just dialogue with your customers, but you cannot consider that a content marketing program because there's no way to measure a return on investment if you haven't identified what the goal is for the program. Your content strategy then must align with your business goals. If your goal is to build email lists, you don't want to create a content marketing strategy that focuses on driving people over to your social media channels. Your goal is building email subscribers. You want all of your content to drive people to email subscription forms. This is the only way to really deliver a strong return on your investment. You need to make sure that your business goals align with your content strategy. Again, if you have any questions at all about content marketing, visit thecmu.com. That's thecmu.com. You can find answers to all your content marketing questions there. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for Content Marketing 050. This is an introduction to content marketing. These slides will be available online on SlideShare, and this video will also be available on thecmu.com website. I look forward to talking with you there.